center off of Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored!
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. But Philadelphia, they won't get him! Wow!
Edwards pulls up and buries the flag!
Shot from Darby!
What is going on, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Happy Monday to all. As like that magic trick there. As we get rolling here on Pitchfork Lunch, I am Michael Caratanudo at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys know and love. Yes, see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. That's a lot better light. There we go. Gotta love that. Yes, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, yes, don't forget. Yes, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Plus, you can go to the good old X and do that. Artist formerly known as Twitter. And also, I know, I remind you every day, but my IG, go to michael.caratanudo.5 on the phenomenal old Instagram, and you can check out the show live there. Plus, guess what? I know you're going to be really surprised when you hear this. You can go to YouTube and watch the show. As yes, today we are shouting out Sun Devil softball. Yes, regionals did not go the way we wanted them to in Sun Devil Nation, my friends. But shouting out Sun Devil softball as always, because again, but we'll get to that. But anyway, Yes. So, yes, go to YouTube, and if you've watched live on YouTube, but guys, subscribe to the channel because you have missed a plethora of con reviews with coaches, players, insiders, voices, alum, all there, all there. And anything you've missed, season one, as we are like crushing into here through season two as we're rolling. Yes, you can. You can binge watch, get all caught up, binge watch season one, and then whatever you've missed from season two, my Pitchfork Lunchers, you can catch up on. And by the time season three starts, you will be all caught up, and we will be rolling. We're ready to have a lot more fun too. So, again, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carrots, with the pages at M as in Michael, M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe. I said, watch live, hang out, drop some comments, likes, whatever, but subscribe to the channel. Again, Sun Devil content available all over the world, which is, a very good thing. And piggybacking off that, as you know, my Pitchfork Lunch friends, is that you can always listen to Pitchfork Lunch on the greatest internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. All you got to do is go to www.ksrnaz.com, click listen live, hit play, bam, all of your Sun Devil listening is there. It's all right there. As you can, if you have to drive, if you're going to lunch, you're meeting your friends for lunch on a Monday, obviously after the weekend, it's like, oh, back to work. It's Monday, but it's like, hey, you know what? We're going to go get lunch. So as you're going to lunch, all you got to do is log on to www.ksrnaz.com, click listen live, hit play, or no, click listen live, hit play, bam, there's Pitchfork Lunch on the Casual Sports Radio Network, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Casual E, again, hooking you guys up to get more Sun Devil content there. Because we want to talk about content on the Casual Sports Radio Network, my friends. Suns, Diamondbacks, Cardinals, Mercury got their season rolling. Casual E has you covered with it all. Just absolutely awesome. Also, you can get all caught up there. So again, it's completely worth it to subscribe to their socials to be in the know and the comprehensive coverage with like I said, with the Suns, Diamondbacks, Cardinals, and Mercury. But now Pitchfork Lunch being there, Sun Devil content going all over the world, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Thanks to Casual E, again, hooking that up. And guys, I want you to watch. Don't watch and drive. I know you're Sun Devils. You're smarter than that. Pay attention to the road. You can stream it through your Bluetooth, www.ksrnaz.com. As it page opens up, click listen live, hit play. You're driving to lunch. You're paying attention to the road. You're listening to the phenomenal Sun Devil content. And then when you get there, you can still listen, or you can watch in the other avenues. Either way, Pitchfork Lunch coming to you. So again, shout out to Casual E for hooking us up, being a part of the Casual Sports Radio Network. Again, always awesome. So Mondays through Fridays there, 12 to 1. Check it out. But like I said, as we start, man, for softball, it was a very softball again in the LA regional, a little tough. it was a tough weekend in regionals for the Sun Devils in LA. Did not go as we expected, but the host team, UCLA, came out on top. And the Devils did not get to face them. The Devils lost 3-2 to San Diego State. They lost 3-2 to San Diego State in the first matchup, in case you missed it. As San Diego State did score first in the top of the first, the Devils answered with one. They were tied at one after the second. Nobody scored in the third, fourth, or fifth. The Devils went up 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth. But unfortunately, somehow, some way, the Aztecs got 2 in the top of the seventh, and the Devils, being the home team, though, just couldn't answer, so they fell to the elimination bracket, in which they had to take on UC Santa Barbara. And then, UCLA just rolled. I mean, they beat UC Santa Barbara 9-1 in that game, and then, like I said, Devils sold SDSU 3-2. Then the Bruins rolled 10-0 over San Diego State. And when the Devils took on UC Santa Barbara on Saturday, it was a 4-3. It was a 4-3, and they fell just short, as nobody scored in the first 3 innings. The Devils put up 2 in the top of the fourth, 1 more in the top of the fifth, so they were 3-0, while UC Santa Barbara got all 3 back in the UC Santa Barbara got all 3 back in the bottom of the fifth. So it was tied at 3. Nobody scored in the 6th. Nobody scored in the 7th. We go extras. Nobody scores in the 8th or the 9th. UC Santa Barbara, though, they were the home team, as that does rotate in games. And UC Santa Barbara got 1 in the bottom of the 10th, and they win it 4-3. Oh, it was tough. It was tough. I mean, not bad days. Top of the lineup, Yaya Acuna was 2 for 5. Tiare Ho Ching 2 for 5. Ashley Mejia was 1 for 5. Tanya Wendell 1 for 4. The run scored and an RBI from Miss Wendell as well. Sam Swan was 0 for 4. Kelsey Hall was 1 for 4, but she with a walk as well, and had a RBI and a run scored. AJ Murphy was 2 for 4. Aiden Allen was 1 for 3. Honda Lewis was 0 for 3. Kenzie Brown went 9 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, wasn't earned, 11 Ks in 9 2/3 again for her, and 6 walks. Mika Lupi came in and pitched she gave up 3 runs, or 4 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, and then she had came in the 5th for Brown. You can re-enter the game, and oh yeah, wrong but sorry about that. Nonetheless, but it was crazy. She went 9 2/3 overall, 11 Ks, 6 walks. I mean, just insane. Faced 39 batters and K'd 11 of them. But the Devils get the tough. So they go out into straight, and then UC Santa Barbara, after UCLA beat San Diego State 10-0. UC Santa Barbara beat them 7-5. And then the Bruins, again, hosting the LA Regional for a reason, go on to win 12-1 over UC Santa Barbara. So they will take on South Carolina out of the Columbia region. But yes, both Big Ten schools advance. And Liberty with the wow, go Liberty. I gotta say this, not because they went to the College Station Regional with Stephen F. Austin, Marist, and Texas A&M. Who was again number one, and A&M beat St. Francis 18-0. Liberty beat Marist 10-5. Then Marist turned around and beat St. Francis 8-0. Liberty beat A&M 8-5, right? And then A&M turned around and beat Marist 17-4. Then they ended up playing the if necessary. This was insane because I was watching this game last night, and Liberty turns around, or A&M turns around and beats Liberty 14-11. In the second game, though, Liberty wins 6-5. And I say this because Trisha Ford she's got a pitchfork lunch tie, because pitchfork lunchers, you know who the head coach is at A&M. Trisha Ford, who obviously was at ASU before she took the job at A&M. And yes, that's the last time that they were also, the year she took off, it's the last time they were in the in regionals, but back there this year again. So that's happened. Yeah, just to give you a rundown of who won each the regions real quick, because I gave you the teams. So yeah, Liberty won their region, and then Oregon, the Ducks were 16. They hosted the Eugene region, and they took that. UCLA, obviously, like I said, just won the LA region, unfortunately. And yes, I will say, unfortunately, again, the fan in me, yes, the journalist in me, Tipper Cappy Slay's a hell of a team. I'm not saying it's unfortunate, but the fact that ASU, again, back in regionals there, and oh, you know what I forgot to tell you too is, let's see, so that first game against San Diego State, Kinsey Brown won all 7 innings, 6 hits. This is insane. And this game, again, and again, they just got her in the 7th. But this is the dominance and the madness. We have 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 13 Ks, my friends, to just 1 walk. 13-1. It's insane. And again, the offense just couldn't get a ton going. You put up 2 runs and you figure, regional is going to be a little bit tougher. And in the top of the 7th, San Diego State gets 2, not 3. They got 2 to go ahead 3-2. And in the bottom of the 7th, just nothing for Devils, but 13 strikeouts that game, right? Then, another, what did I say, 11 for UC Santa Barbara, against UC Santa Barbara? Yeah, so 24. So that, averaging 24 strikeouts in 2 games. Her ERA actually even dropped to 1.28. Phenomenal season. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so Oregon advanced along with Liberty, and then Florida won the Gainesville regional, the Durham regional, hosted by Duke. Georgia won. So Florida will play Georgia there, and then, like I said, South Carolina, UCLA, and then Clemson and Texas both won their regionals, so they will take each other on. Kind of like college football playoff. And then, Florida State won the Tallahassee Regional and the Lubbock Regional. Texas Tech, no surprise, won it there. So Texas Tech will take on Florida State. And then you have Tennessee and Nebraska, both advancing from their regionals. And then Arkansas and Ole Miss. Ole Miss takes the Tucson Regional. So Arizona took the first game in Santa Clara 13-5, right? Ole Miss won 7-4. Then Ole Miss beat Arizona 10-8. Oh, and then Ole Miss beat Grand Canyon to open up, and then Grand Canyon beat Santa Clara 9-4. But then Arizona turned around and got sent home, or Grand Canyon got sent home by Arizona because they beat them 4-1. Then Arizona has to win too, right? Because again, Ole Miss hasn't lost, so they beat Ole Miss 10-1 to crush them. And then Ole Miss turns around in the second game and beats them 7-3 to advance there. So Ole Miss will take on Arkansas. So it looks like that Super Regional will be in Fayetteville against two conference opponents. And then two more SEC opponents, Oklahoma and Alabama, both won their regionals. Oklahoma over Cal, because Cal beat Omaha 1-0, and then Oklahoma beat Boston 8-0, and then Oklahoma beat Cal 11-2. Cal turned around and beat Omaha in the consolation bracket, or in the elimination bracket, 4-0, and then again 12-1. Oklahoma, yeah, they're again really good. No surprise there. So those are the softball regionals, super regionals, how the regionals went to super regionals. So baseball, guys, not the weekend Sun Devil Nation was looking for. They battled. I know Friday we talked about the Thursday game, about how they Brody Briggs was a foot and a half from tying it up, hitting a grand slam. But unfortunately, the Devils dropped that game 6-2. And then Friday at 4 p.m. when they played, they dropped that game 9-6. Jack Martinez, started the game. And the Devils did get on the board first and had the lead through the first two innings. They were up 1-0 after, they scored in the first, but after two. And then Oklahoma State got one back in the bottom of the third. Arizona State answered in the top of the fourth, got one more. So they're up 2-1, and Oklahoma State didn't score. So Arizona State's up 2-1 after four. They get two more in the top of the fifth, so they're up 4-1. Well, then Oklahoma State has an inning, and they got four, and they were up 5-4. And then they got three more in the sixth, and they were up 7-4. But the Devils, of course, the ninth inning, proving that they can do it. They get two in the ninth, but just enough of a cushion. You've not got that three in the sixth. We're talking about at least forcing Oklahoma State to bat, and not they fall 9-6 in that game. Isaiah Jackson homered again. That was the run in the fourth inning, a solo shot for Mr. Jackson, but they fall 9-6 in that game. And then 7-4 was the capper on Saturday. They lost, and again, they were down 1-0 after one, but they got the run back in the top of the second. Oklahoma State answered, so they're up 2-1 after two. Nobody scored in the third or fourth. Oklahoma State scores in the bottom of the fifth to make it 3-1, and then the Devils tied up in the top of the sixth, make it 3-3. Top of the seventh, Devils going 4-3, and then again an inning hit, and Coach Bloomquist has talked about that. 4 runs for Oklahoma State. They go up 7-4, and nobody else scores the rest of the way in the eighth and the ninth. Obviously, Oklahoma State didn't have to bat, so going to Stillwater, losing 3, and that again tough for the Devils. But look, they are 35-21 now, 18-12 in conference play. 18-12 in conference play, and I am going to let you know what the standings are as of now after this last weekend, as they head into obviously head to Arlington, which is up next for them. So the Devils fell to fifth at 18 and 12. West Virginia at 19 and 9. They get swept by Kansas. Wow, Kansas swept West Virginia. And I talked to you guys about that. I mean, this is actually huge when you think about it because, yeah, Kansas swept them. They beat them 3-0, 8-5, and then 7-0 in Morgantown. So Kansas now, well, going off the standings, so West Virginia, 19 and 9. They have one less loss, but they also have one less win. But then Kansas, so West Virginia's going to be number 1 seed. Kansas is the number 2 seed. TCU is 3 at 19 and 11. Who ASU did take 2 out of 3 from them, and Kansas as well. And then Arizona is 18 and 12, as is, well, the team down south, as are our Sun Devils. But they're 36 and 18, and we're 35 and 21. I don't know. Well, then off to my point before, Arizona took 2 out of 3 from ASU, so they would have the head-to-head tiebreaker right there. So ASU is 5th. Fifth, but again, like I said, when you look at this team, 35 and 21 on the season, 18 and 12 conference play. Yes, they dropped 3 in a row, 26 and 9 home, but then fall to they're under 500 now, 9-11 on the road as they head to Arlington, and their first game will be so here we go. That's why I only know the schedule. So right now with ASU 5, yes, they have to play on Wednesday, as they are, again, you wanted those first 4 so you wouldn't have to play till Thursday, but they play at I want to say 9 a.m. local time here on Wednesday on ESPN Plus. And they will take on number 12 BYU. They kick it off, so they are number 5. If they win that game, they will take on the school down south, who is number 4. But yeah, so they'll take on the school down south. But the matchups for the first day, Wednesday, go like this. ASU just needed to win 1 game of those 3 to get out of this. But then Cincinnati will take on Texas Tech in the 8-9 matchup. At 12:30, the 4 p.m. matchup, we'll get to that again, will be Oklahoma State and Baylor, 7-10. And then number 6, K-State, will take on number 11, Houston. So, yes, they will be playing on Wednesday is what I wanted to get to you. Golf-wise, guys, this was absolutely this is absolutely awesome as as the men in golf finished second. I don't know if you remember, but they were 25 under, just behind Florida. So they are headed to Carlsbad. They will be there this Friday, as you know, 25 under as a group or as a team, 3 shots back of Florida. Obviously, every single one of their players under par, as Connor Williams finished 7 under. Michael Majesteth and Jose Ballister finished 3 under. Pierre Warnicki finished 4 under, and then Preston Summerhays was 1 under. And he had a tough front 9 in the last round. He had 4 bogeys and 1 birdie, and then he shot even par on the backside. He had a birdie and a bogey, but he shot even par. So he was 3 over for the day. He was 4 under coming in, but still 1 under, locked it down. Back 9, of course, you can expect anything less from Preston Summerhays, the senior again. But yeah, just again, so you have 1 at 7 under, 1 at 4 under, 2 at 3 under, 1 at 1 under. So yeah, everybody, we'll take that. But yeah, the Devils 25 under par, and they are headed to Carlsbad. But the women, on the women's side, they are again in Carlsbad right now. Man, it's beautiful, challenging course. They are. We're in 9th coming into today. They made the cut, the 15-team cut. They're 11 over as a team. But the team leaderboard as of now, Stanford again running away with it, as they will tee off in 1 minute, actually about 1 minute. They are 23 under. They are 15 shots ahead of Northwestern and 21 shots up on Oregon. Those are the only 3 schools that are under par. USC is at even par. They're at even, and then you have Arkansas at 3 over, Florida State at 4 over, Texas at 5 over, South Carolina at 8 over. The Devils making a charge, as they are -1 today. So they were even par in the first round. They were 6 over in the second round, 5 over in the third round, but they are 1 under today. So cutting a shot off, and they're just through 3 holes. Very, very stoked about this, guys. You know this, because they can definitely pull it off. But they are 3 over or 10 over, but 1 under today. As Grace Summerhays teed off, and she she birdied 10, and then Isla McDonald O'Brien parred it, as did Beth Coulter. Grace Summerhays was 11 over going in the day. Now she's 10 over. Isla McDonald O'Brien is 9 over and still there. So Summerhays birdied 10, parred 11 and 12. O'Brien parred 10 and 11 so far, and Coulter, who just finished 10, parred, and she's 5 over. Paula Schultz-Hansen is getting set to tee off at 10. She's 1 over, and then Patience Rhodes is 2 over, and she's on the tee box now, looks like. So that is that. But they are in the hunt. The top 8 are going to head to obviously match play. So +8 looks to be the cut line. That being said, the Devils are at 10 over. It's early. They're 1 under so far. Again, thanks to Summerhays' beautiful birdie there. And we know on the last day. Missy Farquet probably doesn't want him to have to do this, but and Coach Bloom was talking about it in baseball, guys. They can make a charge. The way they played all year, and then Patience Rose, Isla McDonald, Bryan, Beth Coulter, like it's just Grace Summerhays. And Paula Schultz-Hansen. Yeah, I mean, they're all Summerhays, again, got a little bit of work to do being 10 over, but Patience Rhodes, Paula Schultz-Hansen can get under par. Beth Coulter at 5 over. I mean, if she got back to even par, you cut 5 shots off there. That would be pretty money. That would be pretty money. So, but hey, we're gonna take a quick break. When I return, we are gonna talk. Again, we'll get more into men's golf and let you know again they are going to be in. Obviously, they're headed to Carlsbad too as they finish second. So very stoked for Coach Thurman and the team. Just money. So we'll talk a little bit more baseball matchups. Again, the Devils swept BYU in the regular season. Now it's one game in advance. Stay out of the elimination bracket. So that is up next. But yeah, we'll talk men's golf, talk a little more women's golf, give you any updates. But guys, again, hit me up with any comments, any questions you have. And again, aiming on for some awesome guests this week as well too. So we'll step aside. When we get back though, we will have more Pitchfork Lunch for you wonderful Sun Devil fans.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good?
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged.
We miss you, BA. And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang. I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, for those of you listening on the Castle Sports Radio Network, you are listening on the greatest internet radio station on the web. And you know that, so that's a very, very good thing. Also, very, very awesome thing. But yeah, check out the show Pitchfork Lunch at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys know. My IG, Michael.Caratuno.5. Yes, that is there too. And also, on YouTube at Emmons and Michael V's and Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. Watch live and subscribe. And www.ksrnaz.com as again giving homage to softball as they again had a tough it was tough regionals out in LA. They battled though. They were in. It's not like they weren't in both games. It's just needing just a teeny bit more offense. But hey, there's another team out there. There's another pitcher. There's another team out there trying to do the same damn thing, right? But what an exciting fight. I mean, a young, fun, exciting team. Kenzie Brown, I mean, what she did all year, becoming, just grinding and being the staff's ace and just crushing it. This year, I mean, she finished with, I think 290 strikeouts, guys. Let's see, what is the total number? Because, so, guys, 289 strikeouts in 174 and a third innings pitched, right? 289 strikeouts. So, yes, over a strikeout an inning, which is phenomenal. But 289, 70 walks on the season. So, she was plus 219. That is pretty sick for the Big 12 pitcher of the year. Like, it's just, but again, battling back from injury. Again, got to catch up with her. You heard her, just how gracious she is talking at the Stoll ceremony, the athletes' graduation ceremony. And again, so awesome to cover that, bring it to you here on Pitchfork Lunch. But we were able to catch up with Kenzie Brown, and we'll be able to catch up with her soon as well, too, because, again, that phenomenal season highlighted all year here on Pitchfork Lunch. I mean, the 18 strikeout game against BYU just kind of, boom, put it on the map. And I would always make jokes like, oh, she only had 9 strikeouts or 8 strikeouts. Like, sarcastically, like, but again, you expect it. And her stuff just got so, I mean, it was already good. And coming back from injury, and it's about we're going to talk, man, 289 Ks on the season. And I mean, close in that rarefied air of hitting, of possibly hitting 300, which is always, again, just absolutely insane. But tip of the cap to Kenzie Brown. Hey, so the women's leaderboard, women's golf, real quick. Paula Scholes Hansen is the highest of the Devils. She is 1 over so far in the tournament, and she is tied for 25th. Patience Rhodes is tied for 34th, and she, like I said, is 3 over. And it looks like she just teed off. Yes, she was 2 over. She's 3 over now. She bogeyed 10, par 5 10th. So she is on to 11, and then but it's been a birdie and pars for the Devils so far. Grace Summerhays birdie 10, and then par 11 and 12. Isla McDonald O'Brien parred 10, 11, and 12. Beth Coulter par 10 and 11. She's on 12. Patience Rhodes with the bogey, but you guys, I got a strange suspicion that she will get that shot back. Just with how she's played overall. But yeah, when we look at the leaderboard, I mean, 10 under right now is Maria Jose Marin of Arkansas. She is 2 shots ahead of Stanford's Paula Martin San Pedro, who's 8 under, and then San Pedro's teammate Kelly Zhu from Stanford is 7 under. So yeah, you wonder why Stanford's leading? Well, they're 2nd and 3rd right now, and those 2 are 15 under. Actually, she was tied for 2nd with Catherine Park of USC. And then Meha Ortengren from Stanford is 3 under par as well. So, yeah, it's they have, look, but when you look at the overall team leaderboard, like I was telling you guys, now it looks like the projected cut line will be, well, it's like South Carolina is at +7. So they actually just dropped a shot. So, but ASU, again, 1 under somebody just do something? I don't see it there. But anyway, that's what they have. So, but yeah, guys, for the Devils obviously qualified for obviously the Devils qualified by being being in the top 5 in the Berman Regional. But you look at this, man. I mean, you look at this, and I mean, it's insane what this team was able to do. And I mean, I look at the 14th hole in the 3rd round, right? And every single player birdied it. Preston Summerhays, Pierre Wernicke, Osele Ballester, Connor Williams, and Michael Matseth all birdied 14. And then Williams went on a 3-hole birdie run there. And you look at Matseth, what he did, he birdied 12, 14, 16, and 18 and put pars in the middle of all those. And then Connor Williams, who, like I said, went 3, he birdied 14, 15, and 16. And then Ballester birdied 14 and parred out. Wernicke birdied 14, and he had 2 more pars in it, but he did have 2 bogeys in there. And then Preston Summerhays birdied and then won 3 pars in a row and then bogeyed 18. But still, I mean, all 5 of them doing that, a kind of run that this team can get on when they're connected like that. Again, Coach Sherman's done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. Yeah, so a lot to get to again. And baseball wise, look, I know it is tough to go to that last weekend series in conference play and get swept. And all 3 of those games, well, they had a lead in the first, but still, I mean, all 3 of those games, you put yourself in position to at least win one. All I needed was 1 to get out of playing on Wednesday. But you know what? Hey, one thing we know about Coach Bloomquist's team, my friends, you guys know this. One thing we know, they're going to respond and they're going to battle. And facing off against BYU first with a chance to avenge, losses to that team down south, they'll be focused. They'll be ready for BYU. And this pitching, again, this pitching is up to the task and the challenge. And the offense, again, you get certain spots where, again, passing the map, but they get one guy dings a pitcher, and that's all it takes. That's all it will take for the Devils. So, and Ben Jacobs, I'm guessing he'll get that start against BYU because, again, you need to advance. You want to stay out of the elimination bracket. Because again, I have to come back through that is yes, a challenge. Yes, this team likes to battle back and all that good stuff. But again, that is what they are at. So, but look, I mean, Isaiah Jackson, the terror, he's been on a Matt King all season. I mean, Kyle Walker at the top of the lineup, Kean Vu. I mean, what he was doing before, then he got banged up, but then working his way back in the lineup. I mean, we've talked about it. We see it here on Pitchfork Lunch, my peeps, is that offensively, again, like Matt King and Josiah Cromick, even Brody Briggs, who's in there, Landon Hairston, like I said, Isaiah Jackson, Brandon Compton as well, Jacob Tobias, what they mean to this offense and experience. Like you're gonna have a bunch of focused, pissed off Sun Devils on Wednesday, and just PO'd because you got to move on from it. But again, you can't be happy. A little frustrated again, but let it go. You can be pissed, but again, focus on BYU, and BYU is going to be hungry and saying, hey, we got a shot to win this just like anybody else in this tournament does. So I could see Jacob starting. We'll get more into that tomorrow. Also tomorrow, aiming for an awesome guest. Got to see if we can get confirmation that happens. It might be Wednesday. But again, Pitchfork Lunchers, I got you covered. I'm working on the inside, got you covered. So again, Forks up to softball, Coach Bartlett, softball, hell of a season. Again, at the plate, in the field, it just, a lot of it came together. And with the wins you saw, I mean, they obviously amassed so many more wins than they did last year. And again, just battled and grinded back. And in the end, just, you come up a few runs short. And that's in regionals, that's tough. And UCLA, again, they were on a mission. But damn, the Devils were, they were exciting this year. And Kenzie Brown, she electrified everybody, and Mika Lupi, pitching as well. When she would come in, Julianne Tipton had the sprints, obviously Cambry Krieger as well. But man, what Kenzie Brown did just electrify Farrington. And to see it and to see that and what she is capable of, man, it's just, it would be phenomenal if she had one more year. But again, Forks up to softball. Coach Bartlett done a phenomenal job, and these youngsters, man, they're gonna have a bitter taste, bad taste in their mouth, as postseason goes on for others. As yes, a lot of others went home as well too. But man, it's gonna be exciting to see it going forward into next season. And hey, maybe we host that regional and things are a little different. We, see what happens there. But phenomenal season. You think of AJ Murphy, who transferred back, local kid who transferred back. Just that experienced leadership she brought. Phenomenal. And defensively, I'd say experienced leadership. Guys, defensively in the field, tell me a play she wasn't making. Tell me a play, again, and up the middle. And Tiari Ho Ching is a freshman. You saw, again, very confident and up the middle. When Yaya Acuna in center field, or Kelsey Hall, in left, or Tanya Wendell. My point is what they put out there is they could do, and then defensively, even like I said, Aiden Allen at first, Tiari Ho Ching in second, and then Tequila Davis, at third base, and you get Ashley Mejia also in right field, who's a freshman. And it's just defensively, again, that's where this team, it's like, okay, you got to score runs. We all understand that, right, Captain Obvious? I know. But I will say this, defensively, where you're not kicking the ball around, not giving teams extra chances, you got a pitcher that's just absolutely mowing batters down. Nasty changeup, pulls the string on it, and just batters just not liking it whatsoever at all. So that being said, Forks up to softball, hell of a season, hell of a run, growth, everything awesome. Baseball, again, tough weekend, but Forks up to Coach Bloomquist and the team, because again, not just being a homer, Pitchfork Lunchers, I got a suspicion that they're gonna crack some bats in at Globe Life Stadium in Arlington. Just a premonition, but we'll see. Again, gotta do it. Keep that approach, keep grinding, keep battling. But And women's golf, last update. Ooh, Stanford gave back one shot. They're now only 24 over. Oh, man. Stanford fans were like, what? No, they're 24 under par. They did give a shot back. Well, the Devils are all through 10. Patience Rhodes is on 11. Paula Schultz-Hansen is playing 12. Beth Coulter's playing 13. Isla McDonald O'Brien is playing 14, as is Grace Summerhays. Grace Summerhays so far with the only birdie today, but pars, hey, again, get your pars and then take advantage. Again, you got time. Get some of them birdies. Yeah, so that's where they're at right now. They are still 10 over. Wow, South Carolina dropped another shot. They are now 6 over par. They're 6 over, but yeah, they were 8, and they dropped 2 shots. They're 2 under for today, obviously. So anyway, look, we're going to get out of here. We'll talk more men's golf tomorrow. Hopefully, well, again, depends. If we get our guest, be very, very, very awesome. But again, aiming for that this week. So you guys have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. Again, so stoked you could join me. And like reigning Big 12 women's volleyball champs always reminded me, #OurState. Oh, by the way, Jelly Sear is going to be coaching with the team now. So graduated, saw her graduation. I say congrats to her. Yeah, she is going to be coaching on this team. So that is absolutely awesome. So stoked for that. But yes, like women's volleyball reminded me and all of us, #OurState. And yes, you guys know. Have a great rest of your Monday. But as always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great flag.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
For a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow.
Edwards pulls